Good morning and welcome to the regular meeting of City Council on Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. Would the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Here.
Mr. Coghill. Ms. Gross. Mr. Mosley.
Here.
Mrs. Kill-Smith. Mrs. Strasburger.
Here.
Mrs. Warwick. Mr. Wilson.
Here.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Here. 5
members present.
Thank you. For those who are able, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Our next order of business is to amend the agenda. Is there a motion to amend?
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Our next agenda has been amended. Our next order of business is proclamations. And with that, if Councilman Mosley, Mayor Ed Gainey, Superintendent Walters, who I believe I saw in the audience, Coach Lou Berry, the captain of the OSU team, and all the OSU players, if you please be willing to come forward at this time. Yes, that means you got to come forward to the front.
How do you feel first about me saying a couple words, but me saying that you'll read the proclamation to you?
Okay.
You cool with that?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay. Talking about my big buddies like me. We good. I got Lou on my squad too, you know what I mean? Congratulations, man. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Two captains on this side, two captains on this side, other players, please.
My phone will be blowing up.
All right, those of you that are shorter, I need you to come forward. Those of you that are taller, especially when you're standing on the steps, I need you to be behind. So the shorter players, please come forward. The taller players, I don't want anyone hiding their faces. So, young man with the hat, can you stand up on? Thank you.
Here we go, choreography. Caribbean ladies.
And one of you on this side,
Yep.
one of you on that side.
Left, right.
So,
All right, say nothing. Right, left.
So before turning it over to the mayor, I certainly want the superintendent to give a few remarks. What I will simply say is, one, I'm a proud graduate of Pittsburgh Public Schools. I'm a proud graduate of the former Shinley High School. Huh?
Oh, my fault. Go ahead. My mind.
But now I'm also a proud parent of children within Pittsburgh Public Schools. My son is actually at Obama. And so he was thrilled to watch this game occur. He actually worked the concession stand while you all were playing. And so he was cheering you all on, and I was also cheering you all on. And we want to say congratulations to you. I know you all put a lot of hard work in, and we want to give a moment for you all to shine here today, and thank you for all that you've given to this city. With that, I want to turn over to Mayor Ed Gainey.
Hey, appreciate it. I'm going to come back up and speak. I just want to first say congratulations. But I'm going to reserve my words for the end. I just want to recognize a couple people. I see that former district magistrate Kevin Cooper's in the building, and I want to recognize him and thank him for his years of service in the East End as the district magistrate. Can you stand up? I see Monica out here. Can you stand up? Come on. So I'm gonna I want the superintendent, and I definitely want these kids to speak, and then after the kids speak, I will come back up. So Are we going in this order, Council President, Superintendent, Councilman?
Yes.
And then the kids? And the coach. What my man Luke Berry? You know Luke Berry from Peabody. You know what's up. You know what's up. So look at Chris Dodson. See, they all ready to set it off. All right, come on, Superintendent.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here to celebrate this auspicious occasion. Certainly, we're excited that this is the holiday season, but really excited to celebrate our scholar athletes. It's so important that we see the athleticism on the field, but understand that in order for them to be on the field, they have to show up as scholars. One of our mentors said to me many years ago that is now the motto at the Obama Academy is that nothing in life is so complicated that it cannot be simplified by discipline and hard work. This is a representation of when you see students who are well-disciplined and work hard. I'm never supposed to be biased of our city championships because I serve as a superintendent, but I was the principal at the Barack Obama Academy of International Studies. And so, I quietly keep my purple underneath all of my clothes because if I show up to a City League championship with that color on, then they'll say that I am sharing some level of favoritism. But no, I'm really excited for them. They've worked hard and they deserve this honor. Special shout out to Coach Berry, who has been the coach for quite some time. Mrs. Star Macklin, the athletic director, who handles business. Dr. Don Golden, our Assistant Superintendent of Student Support Services, who's been filling in for Karen Arnold in her absence. All of the assistant coaches, I can't remember all their names offhand, but I want to celebrate you. And most importantly, our student athletes who showed up, got the job done, and really has this day to celebrate their accomplishments. So congratulations. I will now turn it over to Councilman Corey Mosley.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. Really honored to be here this morning. As someone who loves sports and someone who loves history, this is really part of a really long journey in this region of the intersection between sports and being here in this hollow chamber. It's so important that civic engagement and sports interconnect because it is really one of the great traditions here in our region. Going back to people like Cumberland Posey, who is the only person who is in the NBA and the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame from Homestead, Pennsylvania, who won a city championship over 100 years ago to today, and what this region has meant to sports, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, and truly the intersection of social advancement, and sports. And that's something I really just want to focus on in my brief remarks today for these young people to understand that you're a part of a rich legacy, not only on the field, but in life. And how institutions like the Pittsburgh Courier played a central role in getting Jackie Robinson on the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. And in the 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates, which is still the only team in Major League history that put an all-black Latino lineup on the field over 50 years ago. And you could just really see how important this region is, not only to sports and advancing sports, but also to advancing equity and advancing opportunity for folks who previously didn't have those opportunities. So I want the young people today to celebrate your victories on the field, but also understand you're part of a rich legacy that goes beyond the field, that goes back decades and decades into this region, and you're part of a great legacy. And so you're standing on the shoulders of giants, and one day, as you become giants, young people will stand on your shoulders as well. So congratulations.
Coach Berry, if you be willing.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for having us today. So humbled and gracious to be here. And as I had the opportunity to hear people speak, a number of things just going through my mind in regards to us being invited to such a prestigious event. And as I looked around at my guys, just wanted to let you know, as you can see, you matter. Okay? You know you matter to Coach B. You know you matter to the coaching staff here at USO, your teachers that are on you on a daily basis, your parents, but our community realizes that you matter. So we need to continue to conduct ourselves properly and understand that this beautiful game of football has put us in a position to experience some amazing things. But at the end of the day, it's about how you carry yourself as a human being. And one of the things that I was blessed to receive from Dr. Walters when we first met and talked about starting a football program through the co-op, the first thing he talked to me about was being a student first, the academic side of things. My children have gone through Pittsburgh Public Schools and doing some amazing things today, and I'm a Pittsburgh Public School graduate as well. Had the great fortune to go to high school with our mayor, Ed Gainey. So we were great friends before he took this position. Also wanted to thank Mayor Gainey for his 8, close to 9 years of service. 4 years? Okay, 4 years of service. You seem like you've been around for a minute, brother. But with that being said, his presence will be missed in our city, and we're prayerful that our next leadership will take us in the right direction, and we're confident that will be the case if we just all continue to stick together and band together as one. To my amazing coaches, without them, there is no Coach B. They do so much for me behind the scenes, so it's kind of tough for me to take the mic and speak because I'm not one who's all about ego. I'm about selflessness, about trusting in people, and giving them the opportunity to be a better coach, better human being than myself. So thank you guys for having me, and enjoy the rest of your day.
If you'd also like to give some remarks.
Captain.
Good morning. My name is Nahaya Clavel. I am your captain for the USO football team. First and foremost, I want to thank my brothers. Without y'all, this would not happen. I want to thank coaching staff, Coach B, Coach Duders, Fuchs, and plenty of more. Driz too. Can't forget about you, Driz. I got you, dog. But I want to. I'm very thankful and grateful. We all are for the invite to come here, and it took a lot of hard work and dedication to get where we at right now. And as a saying that we say a lot, no egos, no superstars, no excuses, is what led us to this city championship. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.
I just want to thank USO for accepting the invitation. I also just want to thank you for showing what excellence looks like. To the coaching staff, starting with Lou and all down, and the players, I want to congratulate you. I don't know what it feels like to defeat a back-to-back-to-back champion and become the champion yourself. And I know someone said amazing. It has to feel amazing to be able to achieve such a wonderful victory. And so you shouldn't feel good, you should feel great about what you accomplished. Everybody thought it would be a walkthrough when you said the border stops at USO, and you made it possible to demonstrate what a new champion looks like. And for that, I congratulate you, and I thank you for being a student of excellence. And though I know my superintendent back here is not gonna mind me saying this right now. I love USO. My daughter graduated from USO, but I would be remiss if I didn't also give Peabody a shout out. Yes, sir. And I'd be remiss if I didn't give Peabody a shout out. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, You elevated Peabody to another level by becoming the Barack Obama Academy. And so I couldn't be more prouder than the accomplishments that you put forth today. And Captain, I want to thank you for standing up and speaking up, man. I appreciate you. And so, Councilman Mosley's going to come. Yeah. It's a long joke anyway. Councilman Mosley's going to come up and he's going to present you with the proclamation that I'm asking him to read. Just short, I call him K. Mose, because when back in the day, over 20 years ago, that was the nickname I gave him, was K. Mose. So I always tease him about that. But I can't be more proud of you. I really can't. And I just want to say thank you. And Coach Berry, you know, I'm going to be honest. You've labored for years. You've labored for years. And I know what this means to you. I really do, man. See, I remember Lou when he ran track. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. So he's always been competitive. And to be able to say you took out the champs, I can only imagine how you feel, brother. I can only imagine how you and your coaching staff feel. And I want to congratulate you as well as I congratulate these players. God bless you and thank you. Councilman Mosley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You know, you can always call me K-Mos. Most people call me K-Mos. Oh, yeah, also shouts out to Devin Talaferro, our esteemed school board member in the house. And also I did want to mention that I'm also a PPS alum. I'm a Perry Commodore. Don't start throwing, you know, tomatoes at me all at once. But I know a little something about the championships. I was on the 1991 state championship basketball team. So I know a little something about how it feels. So we're going to read this proclamation, you know, and really honor these young people who did something incredible. So whereas on October 25th, 2025, the University Prep SciTech Obama Academy affirmed its place in Pittsburgh history by defeating Westinghouse in the City League Football Championship. With a resounding score of 26-0. And go ahead, clap. And whereas, under the exemplary leadership of head coach Lou Berry, who has dedicated 15 years to this program and earned his 4th City League title, the team showcased remarkable teamwork and resilience throughout the season. And whereas, prior to the championship, USO displayed an outstanding performance by advancing past the semifinals with a decisive 63-7 victory over Brashear High School on October 17, 2025. And whereas this monumental and phenomenal achievement not only represents the culmination of a great season, but also serves as an inspiration to young athletes throughout our community and a source of pride for the city of Pittsburgh. Furthermore, we thank coaches Lou Berry, Jalen Coleman, Jerome Matthews, Andre Irish, Jordan Morris, Kenny Langston, Brendan Duckett, Brandon Walls, Ron Gilbert, Sean McCaskill, Kylie Adams, Darius Shields, as well as trainer Adisa Branch. And whereas the triumph of USO is a testament to hard work and dedication of its key players. Now, I might mess a few up, but I want to make sure everybody gets their flowers. Daimir Adar, Ismail Bey, Keon Brown, Tayshawn Brown, James Burns, Daniel Cabanis, Brandon Capitz, Damari Christmas, Braden Clark, Nabeo Clavel, Tashawn Cogdell, Monte Coleman, Fred Davis, Darnell Green, Christopher Harris, Zion Hauser, Gavin Hazlitt, Terrion Husband, Patrick Johnson, Talib Johnson, Nico Jones, Hugo Link, Stephon Malloy, Jamar Mangum, Draquan McLean, Kamon McLean Street, Jaquil McIntosh, Jeremy Moore, Joshua Moore, Ryan Perry, Amir Pollard, David Reed, Micah Sanders, Sean Scott III, Jafonte Shaw, Malon Stamper, DeMonte Stevenson, Sean Taylor, Ramon Thomas, Dion Williams, and Rainier Woods. Now, therefore, Ed Gainey, Mayor of Pittsburgh, and City Councilman Kahari Mosley, and Council President Daniel Lavelle do hereby proclaim December 16th to be 2025 USO City Champion Football Day in the city of Pittsburgh. Honoring the significant victory of the USO football team and celebrating their contributions to the spirit of competition, teamwork, and community pride.
May we have a motion to approve?
So move.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, fellas.
There you go, Captain.
So we're going to take a picture. If all members would also be willing to please come forward.
Use up. Where Olga at? Olga, we
We
good?
probably need folks on, I think we need folks on the side to fill in the front.
Olga, we good? Olga, get us right.
I'm about to say, I'm assuming we may need some of the gentlemen to stand in the front.
I'm going to change it up a little bit so we can have them angled so that the shorter players, if you can come here and here, please.
That means if you under 5'5", you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
And get the council people, if you can come in front here, please.
That duck it in the back. That George duck it in the back. What's up, George?
That's always a doozy to get those names.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Devin?
Gotta get them every once in a while, you feel me? Where Devin at? Devin, you moving mighty slow. Come on, you know you're supposed to be up here. Nice shirt, too.
They're blocking the members.
Yeah.
All right. I am.
Use up, y'all. Use up. Dr. Walters, use up.
Oh, yeah, use up my fault.
All right, hold on. Yep, I got you. Young man by the mayor, move your head to the, there you go, thank you.
Anybody on 3? 1.
Wait, hold on.
USO.
That's right. See?
Okay.
One, 2, 3.
That's right.
I like that, though. I like that.
Shall we?
Hold it.
I like this side.
Gainers. Donuts. Donuts.
Okay, can y'all do the last thing on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3.
USO.
Donuts.
I mean, real quick. Hey, all the USO, when you're done here, I want you to come over to the mayor's office. And to the ones in the back that's been here, please join them, please. Thank you.
Fill out the record here. We talked about it. Sir.
I didn't try it yet. Yep. Yep. I'll have it in a second. I have one.
Good. Can you take him first?
Okay.
So next we'll have Councilman Mosley for a second proclamation.
Council President. Can everyone who came with Mr. Mark C. Johnson come up? Everyone that came with him, you're welcome to come up too, everyone. Including you, Judge Cooper, as well, our esteemed Judge Emeritus. This is a special proclamation. I've spent a midday Saturday and Sunday afternoon with Mr. Johnson watching our sons play travel baseball over the past few summers for the Hardball Academy. We've gotten to know each other. And it's special for me because my older brother is a member of this esteemed fraternity. I was introduced to Alpha Phi Alpha in 1992 when I was still in high school and my brother came home. And he had this black and gold sweatshirt on. I'm like, what's that? And he started to, educate me. And even though I'm not a member of the fraternity has always treated me like family. Over the years, I have so many deep relationships with so many members. Sean McCaskill, the national executive director, has always been like a big brother to me, took me under his wing when I was at IUP. So this really means a lot to me. So now we'll read the proclamation. Whereas Mark C. Johnson is a dedicated public servant who has spent nearly 30 years supporting youth and families across Allegheny County. As a school-based probation officer with the Court of Common Pleas Family Division, he has guided more than 2,000 students in 4 school districts, including service at Pittsburgh King, actually that's where I went to elementary school, and Arsenal K-8. His work centers on helping students make positive decisions, remain engaged in academics, and successfully exit the probation system with stronger skills and renewed confidence. And whereas a proud graduate of the mighty Westinghouse High School, Mark was a scholar athlete and an all-city football player. He earned a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Edinburgh University and a master's degree in counseling psychology from Chatham University. And whereas Mark serves as the CEO and founder of Mawatu LLC, an organization that strengthens youth through career awareness, leadership development, and social emotional learning. Mark's leadership extends deeply into the community and fraternal service. As past president of the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, he strengthened the chapter by expanding membership and increased partnership across the Divine Nine organizations. Mr. Johnson's service has earned significant honors, including the new Pittsburgh Courier's Man of Excellence 2022, Alpha Omicron Lambda Brother of the Year in 2017, and Alpha Man of the Year for Outstanding Service. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare today, December 16th, 2025, to be Mark C. Johnson Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
May we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mark.
This thing is too short. All right, good morning. I bring you greetings for the Brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha. Alpha Phi Alpha is an organization that was founded in 1906 on service. I'm also a proud Pittsburgh public school graduate of Westinghouse High School as well. And, I definitely wanted to congratulate USO for beating Westinghouse 26-0 because you have to be a hardcore team to beat Westinghouse. So I'm definitely going to give them their props. But when it comes to service and leadership, the Bible talks about whose much is given, much is required. So to be a leader and to be a person of service in the community, you got to ask yourself why. Why am I doing this? And if your why is because you want to better your community and you want to do things to uplift other people, then you're definitely on the right course as far as service. Now, I think you always have to evaluate why you are doing things. So if that's not your why, then maybe you're not in the right space. So, I'm honored to receive this proclamation. I really appreciate City Council for bringing me here, and I charge everyone on City Council to follow that same mandate. So hopefully, you guys have a great holiday, and from the Brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha and my family, we really appreciate this proclamation. Thank you.
I wanted to extend an invitation to Judge Cooper if you want to say a few words. You're good? Okay. All right, well, members, please come up to take a photo. Thank you, bro. Well deserved, man.
Wait a minute. One more, y'all. Oh, your screen is fancier than mine, sir. Jeez, it is nice. Send me your picture. Ira, I want you to come up while I read this prompt. Do you know who she is? What? You are kidding me. Remember I was telling you about it? I didn't know she was your cousin. And then you realize you're cousins. That's like my family.
Councilwoman Smith?
And this proclamation I'm presenting together with Council President Lavelle as well. And we'll probably add all the members of council if they would like to be added. Darnella, do you want to come forward? And everybody with her? Now, if you know Miss Bailey's good at giving me great recommendations for proclamations. And she wanted to make sure today that I honored her cousin, who actually this proclamation is long overdue, and I wish I had known about her sooner. But I'm glad that she'll finally be remembered in Pittsburgh's history. See? Come up this either way. And as I'm talking, I find out that she's related to our Sergeant at Arms, Ira Lewis. I'm sorry. So Ira's coming up too. Yeah, cousins. I know. I said, so Pittsburgh. Erica just said that, actually. Councilwoman Strasburger actually just said that, too. It's so Pittsburgh. Because I mentioned to him before that I was going to do this proclamation for you, and it was, coincidence you owned the same restaurant. But, and your families. But then later on we found out that you were related. I said, it reminds me of a story. I was in Peterland one day, and some tall blonde guy hugged me and told me he was my cousin. I said, really? But he really was. So anyway, with that said, I'm honored to present this proclamation to you, and I apologize that it hasn't been sooner. No, we'll give you a chance to say a few words too. Whereas Darnella Wilson was born in 1957 to George and Burnell Wilson, the middle child of a close-knit family. She grew up in Manchester on the north side, where her family was among the first black residents on Columbus Avenue. Her parents founded Wilson's Barbecue, a from-scratch family business and Pittsburgh landmark, where Darnella worked throughout her childhood. And the reason I wanted to make sure our Sergeant Armis came up with us. He is the current owner of Wilson's Barbecue on the north side, and now also related, we find out. Whereas, after graduating from Allegheny High School at age 17, she entered history as a dispatcher for the renowned Freedom House Ambulance Service, the nation's first paramedic program, founded in 1967 and staffed by black men and women who pioneered modern pre-hospital care. When the city of Pittsburgh assumed control of EMS in 1975, she transferred to the city's system, trained as an EMT, and in 1976 became the first black female paramedic for the city of Pittsburgh and ultimately in the entire United States. And whereas, at just 18, she was also performing as a singer, appearing in at the legendary Crawford Grill in the Hill District, later singing the national anthem for Mayor Tom Murphy's second inaugural address. Oh, we should probably get her to sing it for the next swearing-in, if she's not too busy. I know they need somebody, or they did. And for the Pittsburgh Steelers, she also sang the national anthem, first post-9/11 playoff game in recognition of public safety, performing with jazz trumpet legend Freddie Hubbard in New York City, and featured at numerous other prestigious events. And whereas in 1994, Darnella earned her Associate of Science in Nursing and began her career as a registered nurse, first at St. Francis Central, and after its closure in the emergency department of UPMC Presbyterian. The same hospital where Freedom House Ambulance began years earlier in a small vestibule. Darnella retired in 2010 after 35 years of combined service as a paramedic and registered nurse, all while raising her children and uplifting her community. She later expanded her skills by earning her culinary diploma from the Manchester Craftsmen's Guild in 2015 and an Associate of Science degree from the Community College of Allegheny County in 2025. And whereas, as a member of the original Freedom House family, Darnella traveled nationwide with her first documentary on Freedom House ambulance service to ensure that the true pioneers of modern EMS received proper recognition. Today, she continues to sing, travel, and is the keynote speaker EMT and paramedic graduations, sharing the history of Freedom House and the lessons of courage, resilience, and excellence that defined her whole life. And whereas her affiliations include the Emergency Nurses Association, the Black Nurses Association, 4 years as a committee woman, service with the local food banks, and ongoing commitments rooted in service, justice, and community care. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby recognize Darnella Wilson for her trailblazing service, her unwavering commitment to community, and her extraordinary contributions to the history of emergency medical care. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Tuesday, December 16th, 2025 to be Darnella Wilson Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
May we have a motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations.
Come up here and say a few words. You're a little bit taller. You want me to bring it to you?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I know you're better than me.
I'm not that tall, but that's a little bit taller than you. That's okay. First of all, I just want to thank the city of Pittsburgh and also city council for acknowledging my efforts and service to the city of Pittsburgh. Being recognized as the first black female paramedic in the city of Pittsburgh and now in the country is an honor that I do not take lightly. This was truly a joint venture, and I humbly bow. Just like we can't function without a cell phone today, we cannot function without an EMT or a paramedic or an ambulance today. So I thank you for your encouraging, recognizing the value and necessity of this work that Freedom House works so hard as being the first black paramedics in the country back in 1967. I thank you so very much. And first I want to thank my family and friends for coming today. Your presence, your love, your support mean more to me than you know. I would not be here without you. I also want to thank everyone who has something to do with me being here today. Mentors, co-workers, leaders, advocates, and supporters. No one reaches a moment like this alone, and I'm deeply grateful. I want to thank the pioneers of Freedom House Ambulance Service. We got George McCary sitting over here. And, yeah, he's a pioneer from Freedom House. And, yeah, and he also traveled with the first documentary that was done with me, him, and Walt Brown to try to get the word out that Freedom House is, was the first pioneer of the paramedics. And I stand here today because of the vision, courage, and sacrifice of those who came before me and those who stood beside me. And I thank Mitchell Brown for trusting a 17-year-old female teenager with such a responsibility and believing in me from the very beginning. And I thank my colleagues in EMS, nursing, and public service. We didn't just answer calls, we showed up for our communities in the hardest moments of their lives. I also want to thank the historians, educators, and advocates who continue to tell the true story of Freedom House so that it is never forgotten. First and foremost, I want to thank my cousin, Deborah James Bailey. She would not let this go, and she is a strong advocate in her community, and she reached out to her city councilwoman, Teresa, here, who agreed and helped start the ball rolling. Because of her persistence and belief, we are all standing here together today, and I humbly bow. I want to thank Freedom House for trusting a 17-year-old with such a responsibility because it was no easy task for me. I always say I was born at Freedom House and raised by the city of Pittsburgh. I have to thank Gene Starzinski for creating the first Freedom House documentary, because if it was not for him, the word would have not gotten out. And I want to thank Walter Brown Jr. and also Mr. George McCary, who's here with me today. And we, like I said, we had traveled the country with the first documentary in order to get the word out. I also want to thank David Page, who was our first advocate in getting the word out about Freedom House, and he remains a strong advocate to this day. And Dr. Carlene Thornton, who's here with us today, she's writing a book on Freedom House, so look out for a pioneering Freedom House book coming right at you. And I also want to thank Dr. Tripp. She would have been here today, but of course doctors are busy, and I like to call her Dr. Trippy, who is in the process of creating another documentary about Freedom House pioneers. And I want to thank Dr. Sylvia O. She heads the education department at Children's Hospital, along with others who are continuing to take up the Freedom House legacy to another level, which would be a congressional honor for us. And finally, thank you to my family, especially my daughter, for putting up with me, and also my niece who grew up with me. Where's Pam? What's Pam doing back there? Oh, Pam. Okay. who put up with me, who also grew up in my household. And I thank them very much because everything I've done with family in heart. I accept this proclamation with humility, pride, and gratitude. And I thank you for seeing me. I thank you for remembering us. And I thank you all for honoring this legacy that we put forth to you this day. And I thank you. I thank you. I thank you.
I'm going to have Council President Lavelle say a few words, then Councilman Mosley, and then we're going to have you speak, okay? Okay.
So I'll simply say I've always contended and said publicly that our EMS system is the greatest in the world. And the foundation for that, as you eloquently stated, is Freedom House. And so we, the residents of the city of Pittsburgh, and really the country and thus the world, owe you a debt of gratitude. And so we thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Councilman Mosley.
Yeah, thank you for your eloquence, Council President. One, I want to thank you for your significant contributions that, as the Council President said, are not only felt here, but felt around the world, as well as someone who dabbles in music myself, to not give up, that hobby or that passion, while you, continue to put food on the table and pay the bills. Very, very impressed by your artistic resume. But in the spirit of things being so Pittsburgh, I was catching up on the agenda, looking at my phone. I look up and I see my first cousin, Debbie Reed, standing next to Darnella. And I was like, we were just talking about how Pittsburgh things get, and it just got real Pittsburgh just now. So it's good to see you, cousin Debbie. Love you. Absolutely.
Reminds me around California. Come on, we gotta go. We gotta do this. We gotta. Okay, Debbie, I'm coming.
Absolutely, absolutely.
For being a committee woman for 5 years under Janet Mundy, I you know what I mean. I got the feel for what she was about in community and stuff, and it's I just love having her as a friend, and running me around California Kirkbride too. That's fine.
Absolutely, yeah. Our civic engagement and community involvement in politics, runs in our family. There's about 3 or 4 elected officials in the family as we speak. So good to see you, Debbie, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, I'm going to take the mic. I know you want to say a few words.
If I may.
Yeah, please. I would be honored.
Once again, I want to thank Darnella Wilson for being so kind to let me be her friend throughout the years and to learn how to save lives. She dedicated her life to people to save the life of other people, and everybody don't take that chance. I noticed that we were here to congratulate the football players that were here today, and I can appreciate what they're doing and what they did in life. But I would encourage one, maybe some, to try to learn how to save a life, because playing sports is one thing, and picking a person off the ground that's been injured. It needs spontaneous preventions, and I congratulated each one and everyone that and Darnella. We also had Larry Underwood that was supposed to come here, and I want to thank him, but he had to go to a funeral. But nevertheless, I appreciate your time, and to listen to me just one moment is well appreciated. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. And I do want to mention that Mrs. Bailey would be here today, but she's actually caring for her daughter. Mrs. Bailey's about 70 years old, and she's caring for her daughter who had a brain aneurysm. Is that what it was? Stroke. Yeah. So she's caring for her daughter, and I know Mrs. Bailey would not have missed us if she weren't. But so I want to thank her for making sure she recommended. Do all members want to come up for the photo? Croc? Here, wait.
Photo of everyone can kind of hang out 1 second. This is going to be a video. Just look at the camera and smile. I'm going to swoop in and then swoop out, okay? 3, 2, 1. Sit over here and smile. Awesome. We'll do one more. Swoop out again. I'm in good hands, you know.
That'll make us smile.
Well, I might laugh a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay.
Wait.
Daddy. Okay. Ready?
Did Ira leave? Does he want to say anything? Well, tell him about Wilson's barbecue.
Okay, hold up. Wait.
Tell him about Wilson's barbecue. Sergeant Arms. Tell people.
Look over there. I don't want to take away.
Daddy. Okay.
Now look at me real quick. It's a great shot. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that is a good shot. And her daughter's a retired Air Force personnel. Thank you. Do you want to say anything before we end? Do you want to say anything before we end? I don't want you to regret it later. Say a few things.
Well, I just want to say that I'm extremely proud of my mom. You heard all of her accolades read today, so I got to experience all of that firsthand, and I'm just so proud of her. Like, she has accomplished so many things, and I'm just so excited for her at this point in her life that she is able to be recognized for all the things that she's done, and that the world is starting to know what Freedom House is, because it was kind of, Pittsburgh's best kept secret for a long time, for whatever reasons. We won't get into that, but yeah, so I'm just glad that they're getting the recognition that they deserve. The few that are left, I mean, most of their colleagues have passed on, so I'm just excited for the few that are left, that they're here to tell their story, and I hope that, a lot of people get to experience them and pick their brains and talk to them to get their legacy and their history. But again, I'm so proud of my mother. She's like the strongest woman I know. She taught me about perseverance and resilience and how to work hard and, just love the people around you. So I kind of followed in her footsteps as far as working for my grandfather business until I was old enough to get a job at Giant Eagle. And then I went to Pitt for a year and decided, hey, I want to do something else. And then I went to the Air Force for 23 years. So I was active duty Air Force, and I just retired in 2023, and I came back here to Pittsburgh. So I've been back for 2 years. So I went back to school and finished my bachelor's degree at Point Park, and so now I'm just trying to find my footing and where I fit in the civilian world now. But
What you go to school for?
Huh?
What you go to school for?
So I actually got my bachelor's degree in, what's it called? interdisciplinary studies because I actually have 3 associate's degrees, and so I've had so many credits, and so I just got the fastest degree that I could, so I didn't pick a specialty, but I have an associate's degree in hospitality management, public health, and as an instructor, like a military instructor, teacher, so I just got an interdisciplinary studies, so I only had to do 10 classes instead of 19.
We're going to get you to sign up to be a police officer. I don't know.
Police.
Maybe a police
No.
chief.
But yes, but thank you so much for honoring my mom today. It means a lot to our family and her as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ira, do you want to come say something? Just tell them about where Wilson's Barbecue is, because everybody's going to ask. Come over here. Just tell them about Wilson's Barbecue.
So Wilson's Barbecue had moved up to Perrysville Avenue from where it used to be down in the Mexican War streets. So.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much. You're an amazing family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I even let her stand next to me with 3-inch platform shoes. Maybe 4 inches. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you.
I thank everybody. I will definitely cherish this moment forever.
Thank you.
I appreciate
It'll be
it.
in Pittsburgh's
I
history.
plan on doing other big things, so look out for my name.
Okay. We'll look for you.
I'm not done yet. As long as I'm alive, I'm going to keep doing it. So.
Good for you. Thank you. We're going to do our next proclamation. We have the Greater West End Alliance Community Group. Oh, do you? Good. Where? We're going to have to get you a job. Okay. Adam, Alex, you guys coming? Oh, did Edwin leave? Oh, I feel bad. So we have a really fun community group that's been around for about 20 years. And we've had yeah, they're coming up now. Some of them were here, and I apologize because they had to leave. But I want to thank them for all that they do for the community. Wait, Melissa, I'm not handing those out yet. Not yet. I got to change it. I forgot to tell you for the founding names. I got to, but thank you. That was a good move. Thank you. But I do want to thank Melissa Rossiter, she and Leanne Wilson and Lori Marabella. Since my office has been short-staffed and we're coming to an end here, I'm trying to get my proclamations in for the people that have done great things in our community that I wanted to make sure we recognized. And they have been helping me tremendously getting these proclamations together. So I do want to thank them for all that. And with that said, I'll say we have this group that we started back decades ago, and it slowly started merging in additional community groups, and we just changed the name recently. And so we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. And this proclamation will include their names once we update it. Over 2 decades ago, we have passed since a small group of dedicated citizens, conceptualized and led by myself and others, including Pastor Dave Carver, Mark Foley, and a few other people, so we're going to get their names in here, formed the Greater West End Community Alliance. Through steadfast outreach and a shared vision for safe, clean, and vibrant neighborhoods, the Alliance has flourished to include Crafton Heights, Ridgemont, West End, and Westwood. And whereas the members of the Alliance have fostered enduring traditions such as the annual neighborhood cleanups and Easter egg hunts in partnership with our District 2 office, while showing steadfast dedication to maintenance and preservation of the military memorials and the United States flags within this feeder district. Whereas in collaboration with the City of Pittsburgh, Departments of Public Works and Mobility and Infrastructure, the Alliance has supported and celebrated the advancement of the long-anticipated West End Trolley Trail, which, by the way, is up for final vote today for the last piece of it, the legislation. So it's the last piece of it that we have to move it. a project destined to connect Crafton Heights, Elliott, and Westwood via scenic pathways leading to the historic Old Stone Tavern and other trails. And whereas the Alliance remains at the heart of community engagement, advancing economic growth, fostering business opportunities, and nurturing housing development by uniting like-minded residents who share the common purpose of a safe, thriving, and cohesive West Pittsburgh. And whereas the Council of the City of Pittsburgh seeks to recognize the enduring service and profound dedication of Costas Connors, Mary Beth Kringle, David Fromm, Edwin Kessler, is that Edwin's last name? I call him Edwin Starr, so I remember his name, if you ever know who Edwin Starr is. Adam Kabizna. Adam Kabizna. I call him all kinds of things. Bill and Jessica Lamar. Bill Lamar is one of our people that work in IMP. Alex LaRocco, Brian and Michelle Ralston, and Lori Ripple for their remarkable contributions. Did we get David? I want to make sure David was in. For the remarkable contributions to the vitality and well-being of the West End neighborhoods. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby recognize and commend these individuals and the entire Greater West End Community Alliance for their vision, perseverance, and ceaseless work to strengthen and enhance our community. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Tuesday, December 16th, 2025 to be Greater West End Community Alliance Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations.
You guys want to say a few words? You're going to have to say something.
Teresa, you're short. That's on the official county record now. Sorry. Or city, sorry. I did not prepare any remarks. It is going to be very ad-lib, so I apologize in advance. Hello. Oh, yes. I apologize to Teresa, especially in advance. Hi, everybody. My name is Adam Kabizna. I'm a member of the Greater West End Community Alliance. As Teresa said, it encompasses the Pittsburgh neighborhoods of Westwood, Crafton Heights, Ridgemont, West End. I'm not forgetting any, are we?
No, we're going to add a couple more maybe.
Okay. And we are the board of directors. We have been involved for about 2 years in making sure that our communities are vibrant. We have enveloped many different initiatives like garbage cleanups and participating in the Pittsburgh City Garbage Olympics, which are always a fun itinerary for all. Just want to plug there for everyone. And we also do a lot of great events for our community. We do community walks. We established a great community Christmas party recently. And the whole goal of what we're trying to do is foster community at a time when, the precipice of current events around the world seem a little uneasy. And we're asking everyone to look inward as we are looking to our communities and our city to step up and be a better person. And that's what we're all about. We invite anyone who is in our neighborhoods in the West End to join us and be part of our great community organization. And I expect us to, for years to come, to be a, like I said, it's very ad lib, sorry, to be a, driving force for great community engagement and change to make Pittsburgh and the West End a better place to live. So thank you, Councilwoman Teresa Kell-Smith, for this proclamation, and thank you, City Council, as well, and have a great holiday.
I just want to acknowledge this. Thank you, Council Member Teresa Kell-Smith of District 2. I'm so proud of the West End and for your leadership. I just wanted to say a short message here. This proclamation represents more than an honor. It reflects Teresa's belief in empowering others and ensuring that all voices are heard in shaping the future of our city. I am sincerely grateful for her trust, her support, and her continued dedication to the people of Pittsburgh. Thank you, Teresa, and thank you to the council. Thank you.
Yes. Anybody else want to say a few words? No.
Thank you, Council. And I just want to say I'm so grateful for your leadership and for bringing me on. And I'm going to miss you as our leader. Okay, so congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you.
And thank you for starting this organization and loving our neighborhood so much.
So it's
Okay.
so nice. Thank you so much. It'll all make me cry. But anyway, I do want to say they give so much time up to our community. They meet once a month at our house. They come, they stay late, making sure they get through the agenda and working through things. And they all have their own lives. They're all young. They have things to do. But they care so much that they dedicate this time. So I wanted to make sure we recognize them because you're the ones who make that community so amazing. And you're the ones that will continue making it so amazing. So with that said, want to get in the photo with all of us? Do you mind? Come on. I found out what I did. I just want to mention that Mary Beth is married to Seamus Kringle, who's our battalion. Is he a battalion chief for our fire department? David works for DOMI and helps us with the paving list, and Adam is an accountant who helps us with our budget and a lot of other things. And Alex, I want to say, served on the Housing Authority Board, and we love him because he did such a good job speaking up for us. So, thank you. That's it.
Thank you. And we have 4 proclamations to be read into the record.
Councilmember Strasburger presents, be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby recognize December 18th, 2025 as Tom Croft Day in the City of Pittsburgh. Councilmember Wilson presents, be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Tuesday, December 16th, 2025 to be Marilyn and Frank Mance Day in the City of Pittsburgh. Councilmember Cale Smith presents, be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh, in gratitude and celebration, does hereby declare Thursday, December 11th, 2025 to be Rob Kazarowski Day in the City of Pittsburgh. And Councilmember Cale Smith also presents, be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh, in gratitude and celebration, does hereby declare Thursday, December 11th, 2025 to be Bob Palmasina Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Proclamations have been approved. Our next order of business is public comment. I would like to remind everyone the rules of council state that comments are limited to matters of concern, official action, or deliberation which may be before City Council. Profanity will not be permitted. After you are called, please restate your name, provide your neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak. Our first registered speaker is Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller.
Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller, South Shore, Squirrel Hill South. I'm a Global Intelligence Society candidate for President 2028. Global Information Intelligence Network.net. A focus is vote by voter verification for whom, so that people can check their votes. Concerns of council include neighborhoods and equity. That means the transfer from haves to have-nots. And I think if you Democratic Party people really believe in DEI, then what you will do is to tax a neighborhood like Squirrel Hill South so that they can support a neighborhood like South Shore. Pittsburgh City neighborhoods list includes South Shore, SSN. SSN is almost, nobody knows about it. The boundary of SSN is defined by West and East Carson Streets, West End and Liberty Bridges, Ohio and Monongahela Rivers. It's a long, slim rectangle shape of 0.2 miles squared. That list also includes Squirrel Hill South neighborhood, SHSN, and almost everybody seems to know about that. It is bordered by Squirrel Hill North, Greenfield, Hazelwood, Oakland Central, Oakland South, Point Breeze, Regent Square, Swiss Helm Park, and it is 7 times larger than SSN. Now, who decided these borders? Who in these areas, in these communities, larger, who allowed the people to vote on these borders? I see no evidence of it whatsoever for both South Shore and the neighborhood of Squirrel Hill South. SSN demography, 50 people, according to the U.S. Census. 15,000 for Squirrel Hill South. The average house in SSN is under $300,000, but for Squirrel Hill South, it is over $550,000. The educational resources in SSN do not include any Pittsburgh Public Schools, no Carnegie Library, but that is not true for Squirrel Hill South, that has at least 1 CLP and more than 40 private and public schools. The economy of SSN is strained, although there is Station Square, but there is a lot of turbulence about what is going on with Station Square and who asked the people who live there in this altogether 50 people, right? But that is not true for Squirrel Hill South. There's a great deal of inequity in this relationship between these two neighborhoods that needs to change.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Elena Zaitsoff. Who I do not believe is with us. Our next speaker is Ikahana Halmalkina.
Greetings and good day. I am opposed to the tax increase legislation being championed by Councilwoman Barbara Warwick. Now, I'd like to remind you, in case you forgot, inflation is at an all-time high. Donald Trump's tariffs have placed an undue burden on the entire nation. Electric, gas, and water has increased and keeps rising. Food prices have doubled. Gas is at an all-time high, and the affordable housing crisis continues to displace dozens of people. Toiletries, furniture, appliances, simply put, the basic necessities of life are now unaffordable for a lot of people. This is not the time for a tax increase. People all across the nation are feeling the pinch and pressure of this systematic oppression of poor and marginalized communities. I'd be remiss if I didn't give credit to the council members who stand in opposition of this proposed tax hike, like Councilwoman Teresa Kell Smith, who will be leaving us soon. I am not sure that it is a good time to retire, but I support that. You deserve it. You're one of the only council members who vote with a conscience and with the people you were elected to represent in mind. I'd like to also thank Deputy Mayor Jake Pollack for not supporting this untimely tax increase. While we have your attention, and hopefully the attention of the incoming Mayor-elect Corey O'Connor is listening, Pittsburghers are done with playing Monopoly with our lives. They are seeking fair and equitable access to resources and economic opportunities for all. The Community United Together, created by Carmen Brown, is an invisible army of folks who hold elected officials accountable. We are still here, and we are still organized, and we will carry out lawful actions, draft legislation, hold town hall meetings, press conferences, rallies, marches, and file lawsuits to keep government honest. and to ensure our communities aren't left out of the economic development. We are fighting for representation, not taxation. I also want to note that you should just say no to Jason Landon. As the chief of the Frederick, Maryland Police Department, he used 4 anonymous burner phones to send a string of explicitly laced text messages that have been described as concerning and alarming just this year, in July and August of 2025, to another cop by the name of Daniel Sullivan. If Lando was dumb enough to do this to a fellow cop, what won't he do if unleashed on the streets of Pittsburgh with no accountability for his actions?
Thank you. Our next speaker is Max Blair.
Good morning. My name is Max Blair. I live in Lawrenceville. The 2025 Global Tipping Points report, which came out in October, confirmed that we've passed our first climate tipping point. Coral reef die-off is now inevitable, regardless of future action. The window for preventing further tipping points is narrowing. Even so, the federal government refuses to acknowledge, let alone address, climate change. Just last week, the EPA removed all references to human-caused climate change from their website. If we're going to take meaningful action, cities need to take the lead. So we're here today to ask the Council again to endorse the plant-based treaty and begin implementing its recommendations. Possible first steps include plant-based procurement in city facilities and public information campaigns on sustainable food. Pittsburgh can begin where it's ready and build from there. Why food? While fossil fuels dominate climate conversations, animal agriculture accounts for at least 14.5% of global greenhouse gas emissions. A 2020 study found that even if we eliminated fossil fuel emissions entirely, animal farming alone would push the world past 2 degrees of warming, an unacceptable outcome. But here's where food policy is particularly strategic. About half of animal agriculture's emissions come from methane, which only persists in the atmosphere for 12 years. Unlike carbon dioxide, methane reductions therefore translate to near-term reductions in warming, buying critical time to address fossil fuels before we cross critical tipping points. Addressing fossil fuels requires billions in infrastructure investment and coordination across jurisdictions. Food policy, on the other hand, operates within authority this council already has. Plant-based procurement and public education campaigns don't require state or federal approval. They don't require massive capital expenditure. They're actionable now. Pittsburgh endorsement matters beyond just our city. We can be leaders that build momentum for other cities to join. In 50 years, what will we say we did during this critical window? I hope future generations will be able to look back and be proud of the action we took. Please take this opportunity to endorse the plant-based treaty and move Pittsburgh and the world towards a more sustainable future. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Ellen Dent.
Hello, Pittsburgh City Council again. I know that you know me from commenting back in July about plant-based treaty and then more recently with our Water Table Coalition. So it's wonderful to be back here again. I'm happy to announce that I was invited to join the World Forum. Let me just make this little hair a little taller. The World Forum. World Agriculture Forum Council just recently, as of last week, and they help influence policy for the whole world. And I know that you heard from my colleague Max about the very dire situation that our environment is in, and I wanted to let you know that Eat Lancet has recently said that the leading driver of all environmental degradation is food systems. So our current food systems, as Max said, alone can push us past the 2-degree mark and into total climate catastrophe. I was just on an international TAP board meeting for the True Animal Protein Price Coalition, which is an international organization that helps set policy for finance for food systems. And they told us that the current situation with the European Union will actually increase the amount of global greenhouse gases that will affect our environment. So right now we're at a third. With their current policy, we could see up to 35%. And I know that I spoke to Councilmember Coghill recently regarding this situation and regarding the latest findings. And it's just something that needs to be addressed. I was going to read my proposal to you right now, but I know that you've sat here and you have to listen to every Tom, Dick, and Harriet that comes up here and talks to you about things. Just know that I appreciate your time, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to speak to all of you. I know hopefully in January we'll meet with Councilman Coghill, and I'm hoping that we can speak to all of you regarding this. It's just so important so that we have a better future for our children, for every single living being on this planet, that we do talk about these issues. And lastly, I just want to say that we did cross a 7th planetary boundary just recently. There are 9. So 7 of 9 have been passed, and ocean acidification was the last one. And I'm happy to talk more about that in our proposals with all of you. I hope we can do a public education campaign in Pittsburgh. Next month is Veganuary, and I'm hopeful that you all will check that out and hopefully take part in the Pledge of Veganuary, which is highly popular with a 98% approval rating and practice in 228 countries. So it would be wonderful to speak to you all, and I know I've emailed you multiple times, so please let me know. I know that you are facing a lot with the budget crisis, so good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is David Beer.
My name is David Bear. I'm a 45-year Pittsburgh resident and president of the Westinghouse Legacy. I rise in support of Westinghouse Park's nomination for the historic landmark status. 7 years ago, in response to neighborhood advocacy, City Council designated December 1st, 2018 as Westinghouse Park Centennial Day. The dedication marked 100 years since the city acquired Solitude, the former estate of George and Marguerite Westinghouse. Shortly after that declaration, I and a group of other interested individuals organized the Westinghouse Park Second Century Coalition to continue advocating for the park and honoring the remarkable individual whose name it bears. A prolific inventor and progressive industrialist whose companies have employed many hundreds of thousands of Pittsburghers over the years, George Westinghouse arguably had a greater impact on the modern world than any person who ever called this city home. His accomplishments and those of the companies he founded here, including Westinghouse Air Brake, Union Switch and Signal, Westinghouse Electric, and his natural gas empire, are now so vast and varied, their total impact has never been calculated. The WP2CC achieved noteworthy accomplishments, including having the park declared eligible for listing on the National Register for Historic Places and certified as an arboretum. An already wonderfully well-used, well-maintained park, Westinghouse will only get better in the coming years as the master development plan the city adopted 2 years ago moves to become a reality. 3 years ago, to advocate more effectively, the WP2CC evolved into the Westinghouse Legacy, a Pittsburgh-centric, Pennsylvania-registered 501c3 nonprofit organization. Our mission remains the same: to advocate for the park and to raise awareness of George Westinghouse in Pittsburgh, across the country, and around the world. Our website, thewestinghouselegacy.org, includes an expanding archive of information about George Westinghouse. Our work is important because despite George Westinghouse's enormous impact, the Westinghouse Legacy is presently the only entity on earth to honor him and advance his ideas and ideals. And we're doing it actively across a range of initiatives on which I'd be glad to elaborate if I had more time. I'll conclude by saying that your positive vote today on this issue will both further the development of City Council, further the declaration, City Council made 8 years ago and be a significant step towards advancing that vision. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Chris Murray.
Good morning, council members. My name is Chris Murray. I live in Squirrel Hill, District 8, here today with Inform Up. We have 104 survey responses from our readers in response to our reporting covering city council topics from last week. With regard to the transferring of 8th Street to the Cultural Trust, we asked readers which option best reflects your preferences for the 8th Street riverfront area. 57% responded that long-term, that the city should move forward with a long-term lease with guaranteed public access. 25.5% said keep the street fully public, no transfer or lease, with 11% suggesting a full transfer to the Cultural Trust. One resident from Squirrel Hill South said, who knows how long the Cultural Trust site will operate. Transferring title is permanent. Don't do it. Also keep all those areas open to the public. It's an open space. Keep it that way. Regarding the salt storage facility reconstruction, we asked which option should council choose for the city's main salt storage facility. 29.3% said fund the new facility at the current Sawmill Run site as requested. Similarly, the same number of respondents said delay or scale back and pursue temporary or lower cost solutions. 13% were unsure. One resident from Squirrel Hill commented, council should focus on cutting costs to balance the budget. Another respondent also from Squirrel Hill, apologies for not having more distributed comments, but all CapEx projects should be benchmarked and have multiple quotes. Regarding the latest batch of Pittsburgh lab startups, we asked residents what outcomes should the city prioritize with funding when funding startup pilots through the PGH lab. 64% said clear, measurable improvement to city services. 15% said benefits to specific neighborhoods or vulnerable residents. 11% said long-term cost savings. And 8% said supporting local businesses. One resident from downtown said, I don't believe we should be funding startups when there's a deficit in so many critical services that are underfunded. Startups should find private funding. I have even stronger concerns about privacy with the drones and mapping, which was one of the startups in that batch. As normal, we will send the full survey report with all of the comments over email. Thank you.
Thank you. Our last registered speaker is Madeline McGrady.
Yeah.
Madeline McGrady?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hey, good morning. Maddie McGrady, renter in Highland Park, Human Rights Program Manager with the Global Switchboard, and a co-chair of the Pittsburgh Housing Justice Table. Just chiming in today ahead of the, ongoing budget deliberations to, just continue to emphasize the importance of the various funds that, go to social services and social safety nets in the city. So obviously the Housing Opportunity Fund, but also the Stop the Violence Fund. And, there's a lot going on. It can be hard for folks in the community to make these meetings and follow the budget considerations, which is why, I think advocacy is so important, just to make sure that you remember how impactful these programs and services are. Every day they're making a difference. They're supporting, the well-being of our communities across the board, and really making Pittsburgh, a desirable place to live. So we'll be continuing to watch, these negotiations, and I think an austerity budget may balance the budget in the short term, but not the long term. So I just would urge council to continue to think about how we're investing in our people, our working people. And I'm sure it's a difficult job to think about raising the revenues that are needed to pay for all of the things we need to pay for. But, insofar as it's possible to think about, who's not paying their fair share and how can we raise revenues in such a way that, the major players in our city are contributing to the well-being of the city that we want. I would just urge you to consider those possibilities. That's all for me today. Thank you.
Thank you. That exhausts our list of registered speakers. If there's anyone in chambers wishing to speak, please come forward at this time. Provide your name and neighborhood for the record.
Good morning. My name is Yvonne F. Brown. I live at 715 Mercer Street. That's that senior high rise at the top of Bedford. Now, I came down on the bus. And the bus driver, I feel sorry for these bus drivers. Just like he said, you had all this whole weekend, and none of the streets are clean. None. If they have accidents, that's because of yents not cleaning the streets. I live up on the hill. Wiley Avenue is slush. And then I go to Oakland. You got them fixing the streets. You should be shamed. Oakland, you got holes around holes in Oakland. And how come we're the people from Oakland? You should be fussing, because it shouldn't be like this. But anyway, I started to tell you, I got on the bus. It was 6720. And it's decorated. It's got Santa in there, and it's got candy canes, got all kind of stuff. And I said to the bus driver how nice the bus, and I wish my grandkids could see it. And then he said, I have cards over there. And he told me I could take as many. I took 5. And it is a letter from Santa. I know I wasn't supposed to open it, but it's a letter from Santa. I feel that we need to take and treat the poor children much better than what we are, even the poor people. Now, I live up in Katy where I live up there anyway. We had food bank. Okay, so then as the woman went to go get the pack of onions, you think you're gonna get she took 2. She said, no, 1. Do you hear that? We got 1 onion for the whole month. And the one woman, she was saying, someone needed to call food bank and let them know what they're doing. She says, when she told me 1, she said, I got mad. I took 2. Okay. We're living up there where we have a manager and the staff. They get more of the food bank than what we do. They have families that come and they take it in boxes out. And I know it because Ray told me when I said something about Gloria, he said, don't say nothing about us. You better say about the assistant manager that her daughter comes and puts the truck right there where the food bank is and takes boxes of food out there. The reason why I was fussing, because I was getting $28 worth of food stamps. And Brownie, my husband, he doesn't get food stamps, but he can get food bank. Okay, so I go down and I say, and I've been getting it for 10 years, his food. When I go and I said, Harold Brown, the new manager. And I said, what? She said, no. I said, but he's crippled. My husband is crippled. Do you understand? He cannot walk without the walker. He must have it. She wouldn't give me my food. They're picking and choosing who they give the food to. Food bank needs to know that.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please. Bobby.
Good afternoon, Special Agent Sunshine. Covered by his blood, that's where I'm from. Lord, thank you for how you care for us, for each of us. We're grateful for your people and ministries that help feed those who are hungry. Amen. Psalm 37:4 says, take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. 2 Timothy 1 and 7 says, "The Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." The title of today's message is "The Cost of Commitment." Believers around the world are being persecuted for their faith in Christ, some more severely than others. I want to shine a light on the women who are having to eat their children because they don't have anything else to eat. Let that meditate for a minute, because we are not going to get there. I promise you. I'm staying in an overflow facility right now that is feeding us, the homeless, the least of these. Meat that is old, that's gone bad, that should have been discarded, yet we, the least of these, are being told this is all we have. It's the energy and the audacity for me, which is why I'm shining a light on it for the world to see. It's amazing how the camera people and the news people are not in here when we speak. You're trying to keep what's going on a secret. But I promise you, my boots on the ground, word on the street get around real fast, my mouth real big. The promise from God for today comes from Proverbs 22:8, and it says, "He who sows wickedness reaps trouble, and the rod of his fury will be destroyed." The fury in this case is the fact that the facility where I'm staying took the money that was donated to the homeless and bought brand new kitchen and living room furniture. And we're not allowed to sit on it, yet we're being served leftovers and food that is rotten. Imagine that. And what's crazy about it is you think this will never happen to you. You'll never be homeless, huh? You think? You better start praying. The Advent word for the code word for today is sign. Isaiah 7:14 says, "The Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel." In Jesus' name.
Thank you.
Amen.
Next speaker, please.
Hi, Pittsburgh City Council. Stormy Morris from McKeesport. I took the 61C into downtown Pittsburgh today to speak to you. The roads are clear. The only irritation that I saw was the construction in Oakland on 5th Avenue. And I think you're doing pretty good with the street, cleaning the streets and get everything together with all of the resources that you're having. Now, the number one reason that the children in Pittsburgh, the black children specifically, might not be able to get what they need is because we foolishly burned down our community during the civil rights movement. It's not your fault, it's our fault. Thank you.
Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please. There being no further speakers, the next order of business will be presentation of papers. Councilman Charlin, Chair of Human Resources.
Good morning, Mr. Pro Tem.
Thank you.
Councilperson Charlin presents Bill Number 2645, Resolution amending Resolution 893 of 2024, which authorized the City of Pittsburgh to enter into a professional services agreement and/or contract with UPMC Benefit Management Services, Inc., doing business as Work Partners, EAP Life Solutions. This will extend the term by 1 year, increasing the not-to-exceed amount by $49,500 for a new total cost not to exceed $148,500.
Thank you. Next, we have Councilman Coghill, Chair of Public Safety and Wellness.
Thank you, Mr. Pro Tem.
Councilman Coghill presents Bill Number 2646, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the Director of Public Safety to enter into an agreement or agreements with 5 organizations to act as Stop the Violence Community Anchor institutions at a total cost not to exceed $2,628,710.40 over 3 years.
Next, we have Councilwoman Gross, Chair of Innovation and Performance, Asset Management and Technology.
No new papers, Mr. Pro Tem.
Thank you very much. Councilman Mosley, Chair of Intergovernmental and Educational Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Pro Tem.
Thank you.
Councilman Mosley presents Bill Number 2647, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Office of Management and Budget on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to enter into a cooperation agreement with Allegheny County Economic Development on behalf of Allegheny County, the Urban Redevelopment Authority, and the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh to collaboratively manage affordable housing services related to the Home ARP program at no cost to the city. Bill 2648, Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned property in the 12th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 124P, Lot 60A, 0 Rapid Inn Way, Council District 9, at no cost to the city. Bill 2649, Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned property in the 13th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 174K, Lot 362, 718 Sterrett Street, District 9, at no cost to the city. Bill 2650, Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned property in the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 27B, Lot 285, 758 Cherokee Street, Council District 6, at no cost to the city. Bill 2651, Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned properties in the 24th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 48N, Lot 14, Block 47S, Lot 305, 1806 Lay Street and 1620 Hatteras Street, Council District 1, at no cost to the city. And Bill 2652, Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned properties in the 12th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 125H, Lots 79, 81, 83, 85, 87, and 89, 0 Garrett Street, and Block 125H, Lots 130, 131, 134, 136, and 138, 0 North Mertland Street, Council District 9, at no cost to the city.
Thank you. Councilwoman Cal Smith, Chair of Recreation, Youth, and Senior Services.
No new papers, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Councilperson Strasburger, Chair of Finance and Law.
Mr. Pro Tem.
Thank you.
Councilperson Strasburger presents Bill Number 2653, Resolution authorizing the reappropriation of $7 million of 2025 funds into 2026 to pay for 2025 Pittsburgh water service costs when true-up calculations are finalized.
Thank you. Councilperson Warwick, Chair of Public Works and Infrastructure.
Councilwoman Warwick presents Bill Number 2654, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to enter into an agreement or agreements with Eastern Research Group, Inc. to provide recycling education outreach services in an amount not to exceed $100,000 over 1 year. And Bill 2655, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to enter into an agreement or agreements with the Pittsburgh Public Schools in order for the city of Pittsburgh to have permanent access to a portion of parcel 50F296 behind former Fort Pitt Elementary School for Fort Pitt Park Road and parking access in relation to a redevelopment project known as the Fort Pitt Park Master Plan at no cost to the city.
Thank you, and I believe I have one bill.
And Councilman Wilson presents Bill Number 2656, Resolution authorizing council's consent to an extension pursuant to 92205D of the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances of the deadline for the Planning Commission to act on Council Bill 2025-2250.
And I believe we're going to do a roll call vote for Bill 2656.
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross. 2656.
There's
It's Councilman Wilson.
This is an extension on a vape shop bill.
Page 6.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kell Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. And I have one ordinance and 2 communications.
Council President Lavelle presents Bill number 2657, communication from Jake Pollack, Director of the Office of Management and Budget, submitting to City Council the attached status update from the Grants Office for the week ended December 12, 2025, and Bill 2658, communication from Mayor Ed Gainey, submitting an amended notice of change to policy guidelines governing the Paid Sick Days Act, dated December 9, 2025.
We need a motion to read, receive, and file.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Second.
The 2 communications have been read, received, and filed.
And Bill 2667, ordinance amending the Pittsburgh Code, Title II, Fiscal Article 5, Special Funds, Section 23703, establishment of the Stop the Violence Fund to institute a pause in the fund schedule for budget year 2026 and resuming the fund schedule in 2027.
Madam Clerk, may you also please add Councilwoman Teresa Kell Smith as a co-sponsor? That was an oversight on my part.
Thank you.
Our next order of business of reports of committee for final action, beginning with Councilwoman Erica Strasburger, presenting the Committee of Finance and Law.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilperson Strasburger presents Bill number 2640, reported to Committee on Finance and Law for December 10, 2025, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 2566, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Joya Petty in an amount not to exceed $2,950 over 1 year, in full and final settlement of a claim for damage to her vehicle from a city fire vehicle on August 21, 2025. Bill number 2567, resolution authorizing the execution of a quitclaim deed and associated agreements conveying all of the city's right, title, and interest in and to the certain city-owned property located at 5472 Broad Street, 11th Ward of the city, and designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block and Lot 50M302 to Charles McKinney Jr. and Shirley Simmons McKinney. Bill 2568, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Bloomfield Garfield Corporation Broad Street Remediation Fund for a single payment in 2025 in an amount not to exceed $499,999 in full and final settlement of litigation filed in the Common Pleas Court of Allegheny County. Bill 2569, resolution amending Resolution 924 of 2024, effective December 18, 2024, entitled Resolution adopting and approving a 2025 capital budget, the proposed 2025 Community Development Program, and the 2025 through 2030 Capital Improvement Program by decreasing Bridge Preservation and Restoration Fund by $7,250, increasing 28th Street Bridge tip by $145,000, and increasing Charles Anderson Bridge by $5,291,632, $5,429,382 of which is reimbursable by the Federal Highway Administration and Pennsylvania Department of Transportation at no cost to the city. Bill 2570, resolution amending Resolution 422 of 2025, which authorized 19 open-end professional service agreements with 10 vendors to provide professional services on an on-call basis as required related to special event services as needed by the various departments of the City of Pittsburgh by adding 6 professional services agreements with 3 additional vendors for a total of 25 open-end professional service agreements with 13 vendors. Bill 2571. Resolution amending Resolution 506 of 2023, which authorized an amended cooperation agreement or agreements with the City of Pittsburgh Equipment Leasing Authority for the purchase and leasing of vehicles, equipment and accessories, equipment support infrastructure, and professional services in fiscal year 2022 by increasing the authorized amount by $150,000 for a new total not to exceed $13,262,081.36. And Bill 2573, Resolution amending Resolution 92 of 2019 to provide for the extension of a professional services agreement by a term of 1 year with Dickey, McCamey, and Chilcote for costs associated with the provision of legal services for the City Controller's Office and additional costs of $50,000 for a new not-to-exceed amount of $80,000.
You've heard the reading and the title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required number of votes, is passed finally. That moves us to Councilwoman Barbara Ward, presenting the Committee of Public Works and Infrastructure. Councilman Wilson for Councilman Ward. Thank you, sir.
Councilwoman Warwick presents Bill number 2641, reported to Committee on Public Works and Infrastructure for December 10, 2025, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 2575, resolution authorizing the taking, appropriating, and condemning by the City of Pittsburgh of certain easements necessary for the completion of temporary construction work for sidewalk construction and associated miscellaneous work for public transportation purposes through eminent domain, and further authorizing the payment of just compensation and necessary and incidental acquisition costs related thereto for the Liberty Avenue HSIP project at an amount not to exceed $180,000, reimbursable at 80%. Bill 2576, resolution providing for a supplemental agreement or agreements with KCI Technologies, Inc. for costs associated with the final design phase of the 28th Street Bridge project and providing for the payment of the cost thereof not to exceed $2,258,523.86, an increase of $1,241,590.99 from the previously executed agreement. Bill 2577, resolution providing for an amended reimbursement agreement or agreements with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for costs associated with the preliminary engineering, final design, and right-of-way phases of the Larmer Avenue Bridge project, providing for the payment of the cost thereof not to exceed $3,700,000, an increase of $2,100,000 from the previously executed agreement, reimbursable at 95%. This resolution serves to authorize only the amended reimbursement agreement or agreements at a cost of $4,500, an increase of $3,000 from the previously executed agreement to the City of Pittsburgh. Future resolutions will authorize the project-specific service agreements. Bill 2578, resolution amending Resolution 554 of 2024, providing for a reimbursement agreement or agreements with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for costs associated with the preliminary design, final design, and right-of-way phases of the 28th Street Bridge project, providing for the payment of the cost thereof not to exceed $2,975,000, an increase of $145,000 from the previously executed agreement for costs associated with the final design phase of the project, reimbursable at 95%, and a municipal share of Commonwealth incurred costs not to exceed $5,500, an increase of $0 from the previously executed agreement. Bill 2579, Resolution amending Resolution 420 of 2024, which provided for an amended reimbursement agreement or agreements with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for costs associated with the preliminary engineering, final design, right-of-way, and construction phases of the Charles Anderson Bridge project, providing for the payment of the cost thereof not to exceed $63,681,632, an increase of $5,291,632 for costs associated with the construction phase of the project from the previously executed agreement. This resolution serves to authorize only the amended reimbursement agreement or agreements at a cost not to exceed $7,100, an increase of $0 from the previously executed agreement for costs associated with the preliminary design, final design, and right-of-way phases of the project. Future resolutions will authorize the project-specific service agreements. Bill 2580, resolution providing for an amended reimbursement agreement or agreements with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for costs associated with the preliminary engineering, final design, and right-of-way phases of the West Carson Street Bridge project, providing for the payment of the cost thereof not to exceed $2,150,000, an increase of $1,250,000 from the previously executed agreement. This resolution serves to authorize only the amended reimbursement agreement or agreements at a cost of $3,250, an increase of $1,750 from the previously executed agreement to the City of Pittsburgh. Future resolutions will authorize the project-specific service agreements. Bill 2581, resolution providing for an amended reimbursement agreement or agreements with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for costs associated with the preliminary engineering, final design, and right-of-way phases of the Elizabeth Street Bridge Rehabilitation Project, providing for the payment of the cost thereof not to exceed $1,400,000, an increase of $750,000 from the previously executed agreement, federally reimbursable at 100%. This resolution serves to authorize only the amended reimbursement agreement or agreements at no cost to the city. Future resolutions will authorize the project-specific service agreements. Bill 2582, resolution granting unto 903 Liberty Ave LLC, their successors and assigns the privilege and license to construct, maintain, and use at their own cost and expense at no cost to the city, 2 electrical vaults, a concrete entry stoop with a railing and an existing foundation wall at 901 Liberty Avenue in the 2nd Ward, 1st Council District of the city. Bill 2625, resolution authorizing the Director of the Department of Finance and the Director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to enter into certain permanent and temporary construction easements in order to advance the Trolley Trail project at no cost to the city.
You have heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Carol Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required number of votes, is passed finally. That moves us to Councilman Bobby Wilson, presenting the Committee of Land Use and Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilman Wilson presents Bill number 2642, reported to Committee on Land Use and Economic Development for December 10, 2025, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 2296, resolution providing for the designation as a historic site under Title 11 of the Code of Ordinances, that certain site known as Westinghouse Park, located at 320 North Mertland Street in the Point Breeze North neighborhood in the 14th Ward, City of Pittsburgh. The owner of the property supports the nomination, and there is no cost to the city. Bill 2565, ordinance amending and supplementing the City Code at Title 7 Business Licensing, Article 3, Sales Businesses, Chapter 719, Vendors and Peddlers, to include Virginia Avenue between Wyoming Street and Maple Terrace Avenue. Bill 2584, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of permits, licenses, and inspections for the issuance of a warrant in favor of the Community College of Allegheny County to provide a 5-day lead dust sampling technician and lead risk assessor course for the Code Enforcement Unit supervisors at a cost not to exceed $8,750. Bill 2585, resolution amending Resolution 60 of 2013, providing for the implementation of a residential permit parking program, Area P, in the Uptown and Bluff neighborhoods to expand the streets pursuant to Pittsburgh Code, Chapter 549, and Bill 2588, ordinance amending the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances, Title 5, Traffic, Article 7, Parking, Chapter 550, Mobility Enhancement District, to remove the pilot sunset date.
You have heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion on the bill? Councilman Mosley.
Yeah, first I want to thank David Barrett and the Westinghouse Legacy Project for coming down today, and obviously all the work that he laid out in his comments over a number of years. And I appreciate the conversation that we had last week. And I was able to be briefed by Mr. Bear as well, as the larger group that he works with, and really understood how the folks who are integrally involved with the master planning process are also the folks leading the efforts to designate this site. And I do respect and understand the concerns about a park. But I think one thing that I wanted to emphasize when it comes to Westinghouse Park is that, in my opinion, as much as I love the park, its true significance isn't the fact that it was a park, it was what it was before it became a park. And it's true a historic site. It's where modern electricity was essentially invented with electrical engineer Emil Keller, who actually his home is catty corner to my house on North Mertland. Obviously, as well as the giant himself, Nikola Tesla, and George Westinghouse, and the work that they did on that site. And I think that in future years it could potentially be nominated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We only have about 24 in the United States, and I do think it, because of the significance of what happened at that site, rises above just an everyday park or a recreational place. It's a place where really the modern world was invented, as Mr. Bear laid out in his commentary, that probably no Pittsburgher has really shaped the modern world much like George Westinghouse, and maybe no human being has shaped the modern world as much as George Westinghouse shaped in his time here. So, again, I'm in full support, of the nomination. I hope more and more Pittsburghers learn about really the transformational things that happen on that site, and why it's not just a park, but it's truly, a historic site for the world.
Thank you. Any further comments? If not, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
No on 2296, yes on the rest of the committee.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
7 ayes, 1 no on Bill 2296, and 8 ayes, 0 noes on all other bills.
The bill, having received the legal required numbers of votes, is passed finally. That moves us to Councilwoman Deborah Gross, presenting the Committee of Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Gross presents Bill Number 2643, reported to Committee on Innovation, Performance, and Asset Management and Technology for December 10, 2025, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 2558, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into an agreement or agreements or amendments thereto with DQE Communications for circuits for direct connection to GCP Google Cloud at a cost not to exceed $51,279 over 1 year. Bill 2559, resolution amending Resolution 340 of 2025, authorizing the mayor and the directors of the Departments of Innovation and Performance, Finance, and Public Safety to enter into an amended agreement and amendments thereto with B3 Solutions, Inc. for further provision of software, maintenance, and support services, development of critical applications, and possible transition guidance by extending the contract by 18 months until June 30th, 2027, at no additional cost to the city. The total cost not to exceed of the contract will be $2,141,321 over a period not to exceed 9 years and 6 months. Bill 2560, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into startup participation agreements with selected entities as part of the cohorts of the PGH Lab, and further authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance to enter into program participation agreements with local municipal entities to allow such entities to test products and services through PGH Lab at a total cost not to exceed $100,000 over 1 year. Bill 2561, resolution amending Resolution 526 of 2025, authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into an agreement or agreements or amendments thereto with E Plus Technology, Inc. for a voice-over Internet Protocol unified communications platform to implement convergence of systems to support citywide communications by reducing the approved amount by $315,724 for an amended total cost not to exceed $1,784,726 over 5 years.
You've heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kill-Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received legally required numbers of votes, is passed finally, and finally, Councilman Kari Mosley, presenting the Committee of Intergovernmental Educational Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilman Mosley presents Bill number 2644, reported to Committee on Intergovernmental and Educational Affairs for December 10, 2025, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 2563, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for 4720 Fifth Avenue at no cost to the city.
You've heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kill-Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required numbers of votes, is passed finally. That takes us to motions and resolutions. Is there anything from members?
Can
Councilwoman?
I just want to acknowledge that Denise Wilson, she decorates the chambers all the time, and the clerk's office, and Madam Clerk's office, and all the things that she does for the whole hall to make this a welcoming place for us and for everybody who works here and visits. That's all.
Thank you. Any other members?
Thank you.
If not, I do have one thing. Councilwoman Smith, will you please join me up here? Come on. She's certainly not in trouble, though she causes lots of it. Yes. When I first got to council, I sat at the end of the table on Wednesdays, and I sat next to Councilwoman Smith, which meant we almost talked the entirety of the meeting. But I do think that was also sort of the basis of what turned into, I believe, a very productive working relationship with a colleague as well as a friendship. And we wanted to acknowledge her and thank her for her years of service to this city of Pittsburgh. The one thing I will tell you is even when we vehemently disagreed with one another, I always knew she had the interests of her constituents, particularly in the city of Pittsburgh at large, first and foremost. Like, she always carried their perspective, and so that allowed us to work through it because we were working through it in a space of good faith. that we both thought we were trying to do what was in the interest best. And even up until now, she's continued to fight that fight. And the other thing she's always taught me is to protect council. And when she was the president of council, she was very adamant about not ceasing any power, not ceasing any responsibilities, but always making sure we were doing everything above and beyond board. And she continues to do that now, even as she questions our P cards. So I just wanted to take a moment to present our colleague with a proclamation, thank her for her years of service, and I'll let you also give your remarks. Whereas Teresa Cale Smith has faithfully served the residents of the city of Pittsburgh as a dedicated member of City Council, representing District 2 with integrity, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to public service. And whereas her colleagues appreciate Teresa's strong dedication to her communities and her quick wit, some even noting that she's the best person to sit next to during council meetings. They further commend the many times she has offered mentorship, providing the same guidance and support that has characterized her leadership since she was first elected in 2009. And whereas throughout her subsequent re-elections in 2013, 2017, and 2021, she has continued to build on that leadership, remaining focused on the needs of her constituents and upholding her belief that government should help make daily life easier while representing people's independence, a philosophy she has maintained even in the face of opposition. And whereas Council Member Cale Smith has held numerous leadership roles within the City Council, including chairperson for the Committee of Public Works, Public Safety, and City Parks, and most recently as chair of Recreation, Youth, and Senior Services. She also served as Council President Pro Tem and was elected Council President in 2020, proudly serving 2 consecutive terms, during which she led with compassion, collaboration, and a deep sense of honor in her role. And whereas she has shown unwavering devotion to children and youth, carrying forward her legacy from Pittsburgh Public Schools through a data-driven approach to youth violence interruption programs and numerous youth-serving clients. She has exemplified hands-on leadership by personally engaging with young people in her district, greeting them with kindness and accountability, offering both snacks and tough love, and earning their trust and respect. And whereas Councilwoman Cale Smith resides in the Westwood neighborhood of Pittsburgh with her husband Tom and is the mother of 3. She is proudly blessed with 8 grandchildren: Stephen, Eleanor, Jacob, Michael, Maxwell, Natalie, Ava, and Audrey. And whereas now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby recognize and honor Councilmember Teresa Cale Smith for her exceptional service to the residents of the City of Pittsburgh and extends its warmest appreciation and best wishes for a fulfilling, joyful, and well-deserved retirement. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Tuesday, December 16, 2025 to be Teresa Cale Smith Day in the City of Pittsburgh. May we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, Councilwoman.
Okay. I can't believe you made me cry. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to talk long because I know you all have stuff you want to get to. But I just want to thank you, Council President Lavelle. It was an honor serving on City Council. It was an honor serving with you, alongside you. It was an honor getting to know every one of you and everything that you do. You do so much for the city of Pittsburgh. And it hurts my heart when I hear people criticizing and complaining about anything any of you do, because you lead so much with your heart and in trying to do everything that you can for everyone. And I always tell people, I just want people to remember this when I leave. City Council would do anything they could for their residents, because why wouldn't they? So if you just go and remember that part, how great City Council and how much they want to serve you and how great they really are as humans, I think it would make everything a lot easier for all of us. But I want to thank you. It's been my honor to serve for 17 years almost. It's 1 month shy of 17 years. I'm thrilled with my staff. Has been amazing. And one of the reasons I got elected so many times, so easily, with high numbers, was because I had an amazing staff. Kim Salinetra, who's the councilwoman-elect who's here today, did a lot of our constituent services. Lori Marabella, who's in the back, Gino Palmacina, he's not here. Leanne Wilson, who's helping us now, who's become part of the team, is going to be Councilwoman Salonetro's chief of staff, and she worked in the community engagement office here for the city. But with Sean Carter in the clerk's office and our budget office and our sergeant at arms in our cable bureau, they are just an amazing team, and I just want people to know how grateful I am to all of you, but I want them to know how hard you all work and what amazing people you really are. Thank you for everything, and I'm going to be, I tell you every time when I'm retiring, I'm going to be the new Miss Brown. I'm going to be on the other side of the podium, coming down twice a week, every week, okay? So make sure you do what's right, okay, or I'll be around. Thank you for everything. Don't give up your power. Remember, you are the checks and balances for the city. Thank you.
There is also a reception in the conference room for the councilwoman after the meeting.
Is this my last meeting?
No. But we didn't.
Let me just say real quick. Let me just say real quick. I feel like this is what it's going to be like when I hear my eulogy, but I won't really be there. Okay. But Rick Earl said he's going to do a little story. My history. He said, "Could you send me a photo of you when you first started?" I sent him a picture of Heather. No, what is her name? Farrah Fawcett. I said, "This place aged me."
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that, I'll run through the meeting announcements very quickly. Immediately following this meeting, there will be a reception in the large conference room for Councilwoman Smits in honor of her years of service on this council and her dedication to her constituents and the residents of the city. Tomorrow, Wednesday, December 17th at 10 a.m., Council will be holding our standing committee meeting. Speaker registration will close at 9. Also tomorrow at 3, Council will hold a Cablecast post-agenda discussion on wintertime and homelessness, chaired by Councilperson Charlin. On Thursday, December 18th at 1:30, Council will hold the line item vote on the 2026 budget. And this Saturday, December 10th at 11 a.m., Council will hold a Cablecast public hearing for tax, budget, and citizen participation. Speaker registration will close at 8 a.m. And finally, on Sunday, December 21st at 11 a.m., Council will hold a special standing committee meeting. Speaker registration will close at 9 a.m. Also on Sunday at 2 p.m., Council will hold a special regular meeting of Council. Speaker registration will close at 12:30. To register to speak at these meetings, please fill out the sign-up form on the Council meeting webpage or call the clerk's office at 412-255-2138. Councilwoman Strasburger.
Thank you. I just wanted to note that while we have our formal budget hearing for public participation on Saturday, I know that that is the same time as some people are observing Shabbat, will not be able to attend. It's also during Hanukkah, that there are other options. Anyone is welcome to submit a comment to us by email. Anyone is welcome to testify at tomorrow's standing committee meeting, and anyone is welcome to testify at Sunday's meeting as well. So I just wanted to make that known. No one wishes to host a Saturday meeting, except for the fact that for many people it is actually a better time. But we are constrained on both ends in terms of the timing of this, so wanted to make that clear.
Thank you. And I also was informed that I misspoke. I said the public hearing was the 10th. It's the 20th at 11 a.m. this Saturday. Anything else from members? If not, motion to excuse the absent member, approve the minutes, and adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.